Hi, Aries. No news is good news. That's the strongest message that's coming through for you right now. So, if you're waiting to hear back from a certain job or an ex or a person that you reached out to or somebody, whatever it is, don't automatically assume that silence means something has gone wrong. Because for you, that silence may actually be working in your favor. It's actually as protection. And Aries, there is something else coming through very strongly. You have this idea or a plan, a certain goal. It's something that you've been thinking about for quite some time, but you haven't actually done anything with it yet. And you may have convinced yourself that it's just like unrealistic or childish dreams or too far fetched or just something that you randomly thought of. But the cards are saying, Aries, you are sitting on a gold mine here. And this seems connected to a major decision that you've been sitting with for a while because you have two very different paths right in front of you. One of them is more familiar, traditional, safe. It's what you know. It may even be what other people or family expect you to choose. And then there's this other path. It's more innovative, it's unconventional, it's different, it's unfamiliar territory. It could involve like this completely different environment, culture, location, lifestyle, and it's something that you didn't see yourself doing or not in the original quote unquote plan. But honestly, that's the one that scares you because you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. But the interesting part, Aries, is that it's also the one that ignites your fire. I see this path lighting you up, especially because picture it, just imagine everything going right. Okay, your energy just completely changes. There's excitement, there's passion, there's fire. And when you imagine that safe choice also working out perfectly, I see that your heart's just not really in it. So I think that's the way you have to decide. If both possibilities come out like extremely right, like nothing goes wrong, everything goes positively right, which one has your heart? And that's where you decide. So I think the question isn't necessarily which option is safer. It's if both options work out perfectly, which life would actually make me happier? Because I don't think that this new path is nearly as risky as you think it is. Because you've been thinking about this for a long time. You've considered the possibilities. You've looked at what could possibly go wrong. And I think you've already built more of a safety net than you realize. So you may be afraid of taking that leap. But Aries, I think you're actually more prepared than you give yourself credit for. Now, there's also a strong Taurus energy coming in. And I actually really, really like this Taurus energy for you. So I'm going to pause right here. But in part two, I'm going to go much deeper into these five cards and what this Taurus energy signifies and the decision and all of that. And then we're going to pull the rest of the cards to get the bigger picture. And I think the bigger risk may actually be ignoring the fire that's trying to show you the way, to be honest. And if this really is the road that's less traveled, well, maybe it's because you're not supposed to follow somebody else's path. Maybe you're supposed to be the trailblazer. Ever think of that? All right, Aries, if this reading resonated with you, you want to follow me to part two, you can find that information at the top of my page where it says extended reading. I love you all so much. We'll talk soon.